Good evening, darlings. I received the following anonymous question, which says, so you saw what happened with the Arkenstone fiasco, right? Do you know if Oakenshield ever apologized to Mr. Boggins? I'm sure that's a typo, and it's Baggins, of course. Well, darling, I can tell you, of course I saw what happened. What I didn't see, I heard about, but I saw the brunt of the true, how shall I put it, the true face of Mr. Oakenshield. So I did witness all of what happened, and it's true that Mr. Oakenshield did eventually apologize to Mr. Baggins, only when he'd lost almost everything as a result of his actions, but I suppose I can take some solace in the fact that he did at least ask for forgiveness. You know, that's always nice to apologize finally for everything that you've done to everyone. And you know, Bilbo is quite a sort of forgiving man, and so as far as I heard from the wizard, there was an apology accepted, and I hear that they're on good terms now. I don't know why I wouldn't have forgiven him so quickly. But you know, that's not my decision to make. I was not the one who was nearly murdered, getting thrown off the side of a mountain. But that aside, you know, I think it takes a particular type of inner strength to be able to look past such a terrible thing that would happen to your person, and to be able to say, I forgive you for that. And I know he was not in his right mind at the time, but I still think perhaps there should have been a little bit more, you know, what's the word? I'm sorry, I'm completely out of it right now. It's all these celebrations going on for so long. You know, I think there should have been more accountability for what happened, because although he was not in his right mind, what was it that caused it? Of course, it was this whole big long thing with the Arkenstone itself and the dragon sickness, and I just feel like if he had, you know, looked for the warning signs and been able to look more objectively at himself, we would have all saved ourselves so much pain and suffering. But of course, no, between his stubbornness and that wizard always getting into everything, things didn't turn out so well for many, many people, and I think a lot of lives were lost that did not have to be. But of course, hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it, darling? So rather than dwelling on my own misgivings about the situation, I will let you make your own conclusions about whether or not he deserved what he got. And so I hope that that answers what you were trying to get at. And again, I have to applaud Bilbo for his forgiving nature, because I would not have been able to do that. I mean, the man repaid me for something that really I think very few would have in his situation. So, you know, he's a rare soul, and yes, he's quite a lovely fellow. So, in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and go now, darling. But thank you so much for your question, and ta-ta. Cheers.